We are continuing the chapter single entry system. So now we will work out illustration number 4 and 5. Illustration 4, just go through the question. It's on page 20.6, illustration 4. Ramanuj keeps his books under single entry system. Assets and liabilities are given. During 2018-19, he introduced 10,000 as additional capital, then withdrew 3,000 every month for his household expenses. So, withdrawn every month means you have to take it as 3,000 into 12. That is your drawings. Don't simply write 3,000. Drawings will be 3,000 into 12 because we are withdrawing 3,000 per month. Ascertain his profit for the year ended. Okay, here also they are not asking you to prepare the statement of P&L, but again I will be doing the format, the statement I will be doing statement of P&L. But if you want, you can simply apply the formula and substitute. But in case they ask you to prepare the statement of P&L, you must have that format. Okay, so first what you have to check is whether you have closing and opening capitals, which is not given in the question, because instead of that what we have is assets and liabilities as on 31st March 2018 and 31st March 2019. That means we have assets and liabilities to compute the capitals. So, two statement of FS, the opening statement and closing statement of FS we will have to prepare. So, first we will work out the opening statement of FS. Don't write it as opening statement of FS. When you give the heading, you mention this with the date. Statement of FS as on or as at, you can write, both are correct. As at you write. You are using the term as at? No. As at 31st March 2018, which is opening date. See, 31st March 2018 means actually it is the closing date. But the closing date of 1 year will be the opening of next year. Understood? So, the closing date here is 31st March 2019 and the opening year you have to consider this one, 31st March 2018. Yes, now we will draw the format just like the balance sheet. We have 31st March 2018, we have creditors on the liability side, sundry creditors. Bills payable we don't have for the beginning, so that you don't have to write, it's nil figure. Assets we'll write cash, debtors, $39,000. Stock 34,000. Plant and machinery 60,000. These are the items. Yes. So, now we can compute the balancing figure, which we will write as the opening capital. So, opening capital, the balancing figure is 1,19,000. The totals are 1,34,000. Next, we will draw the closing statement of FS. So, you have to give the heading statement of FS as on 31st March 2019. cash 900, debtors 45,000, then stock 32,000, plant and machinery 80,000. All these are directly given, you just have to copy this. Then on the liability side we have year ending, you have one more item, that is bills payable also. So sundry creditors, the amount is 14,900 and bills payable 5,000. So the closing capital will get, that's a balancing figure, 1,38,000. Total is 1,57,900. So now we got the values of opening capital and closing capital. Now we can find the profit for the year. So I will do it in the format. Statement. You should have a format, you should have a heading for every format, profit or loss. This should be written like for the year ended, whereas statement of affairs must be written like as at or as on is also fine. Yeah, here you can write as at. For the year ended 31st March 2019. Particulars and amount column, we will substitute the formula, that is closing capital, take it from the closing statement of affairs, that is 1,38,000. Add drawings, 3,000 every month, so 3,000 into 12, that is 36,000, which you have to add. Then less additional capital 10,000, then less opening capital. Opening capital is 1,19,000. So finally the figure is 45,000. Okay, so we got the profit. Here we just have to apply the formula. Once we get the closing and opening, it's easy. Then we'll work out illustration 5. Kumaran trader does not keep proper books of accounts. That means he is following single entry system. However, he furnishes you the following particulars. So assets and liabilities, opening figures, closing figures we have. That means we will have to do closing and opening statement of affairs. During the year, Kumaran introduced 6,000 as further capital. Additional capital is there. Then drawings is there, 4,000, that is the total amount. Don't do 4,000 into 12. It is not written here 4,000 per month. That means that's the total amount. Right of depreciation on furniture and on office equipments. Okay, then prepare a statement. So here they have asked specifically to prepare the statement like this. So you must do like this. You can't simply apply the formula and write the answer for this particular question. Okay. Then the new items given here are the depreciation figures. But depreciation you are familiar with. Where will you write depreciation actually? You remember the financial statements. Where did we write? In the balance sheet, we deducted it from particular fixed assets. If it is from furniture, you will write furniture less depreciation or office equipments less depreciation. So while you do the statement of affairs, you should remember this item, depreciation. You must include these depreciation figures in statement of affairs because it's like a balance sheet. But in which statement of affairs you will include? You can't include it in the opening statement because depreciation will be charged only at the end of the year. So these figures will be deducted only in closing statement of affairs. Understood? That's the only change in this question. Rest everything is similar to previous one what we did. So we'll start with opening statement of affairs. So give the heading. Statement of affairs as at, write the date 31st March 2018. Then draw the format. Opening, we have cash at bank, that is 4,500. All figures are directly given. Then we have cash in hand 300, stock in trade 40,000. Debtors 12,000. Then office equipments, but don't deduct depreciation here. That will take only in closing statement of affairs. Office equipments, it is 5,000. Then creditors, that should come on the liability side. Don't make mistake, don't write creditors on the asset side. Creditors you take on the liability side 30,000. Then the final item furniture again will appear here. Furniture is 4,000. Now we can just balance the account. So we'll get the value of opening capital. That is 35,800. The total is 65,800. Now we'll do closing statement of affairs. Cash at bank, it is given 3,000. So all items you have to copy, that is the year ending figures. Cash in hand stock in trade 4,000. $45,000. Debtors 20,000. Then we have office equipments. You should remember one thing here, we have to deduct depreciation in closing statement of affairs. So, office equipments value you write in the inner column. The amount is 5,000 and you have to compute the rate of depreciation, that is 5% on this. So, 5,000 into 5%, the depreciation is 250, balance you can write in the outer column. That you must remember to deduct depreciation here in closing statement. Then we have furniture, for that also we have depreciation at the rate of 10%. Then we have creditors. $20,000. Finally, we can write the closing capital. That's the balancing figure. Balancing figure, that is amount is 60,350. So the total is 80,350. So now we got the closing capitals and opening capitals. So what we can compute now is the profit or loss, but here in this question they have asked you to prepare a statement. So we will do the statement of profit and loss. Give the heading statement of profit or loss, that is P&L, for the year ended. Here don't write asset, you must write it as for the year ended 31st March 2019. Particulars in one amount column. Closing capital 60,350. Add drawings 4,000 less additional capital, which is directly, you know, these are directly given. Drawings and additional capital. What is additional capital figure? That is 6,000, which is within brackets because it is less figure. Less opening capital. Opening capital here is 35,800. So finally you have to see whether it is net profit or net loss. Here it is a net profit, that is 22,550. If it is negative, you write net loss. So this is net profit for the year. So this is what you have to learn mainly in this chapter, that is to do the statement of profit and loss. For that you will have to compute closing capitals and opening capitals by preparing statement of